What is going on, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So listen up. We're going to break down this company that completely crushed earnings, which you guys probably saw the thumbnail, and you know this company that we're going to talk about, right? So we're going to break down what they reported, EPS, revenue, their guidance, of course, and we're going to break down my thoughts, the charts here, what I'm looking to do. So hit the like button, feel free to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo, and each of those could be valued up to $2,000, guys. Just use that link down below or go to stasurfs.com/Moomoo or check out the QR code right here. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So let me show you what stock this is, what company, which you guys probably know based off the thumbnail, right? We can see it is Micron Technology, ticker symbol MU, and their stock now has gone up even more from when I was prepping this video. But yeah, man, it's on fire, up 16.2%. It's at $112 per share, and I think the high on the day is at 114.39, which we hit at open. Then we sold off a bit, consolidated at about 109, 110. Now we're actually starting to make a move to the upside again, which is good news, guys. So the level in the short term resistance that I'm looking at is at about 114, 115. Keep in mind, again, that's the high from the pre-market and from aftermarket yesterday when we actually got the numbers. So let me show you the headline numbers very quickly. Then we'll dive into the actual earnings release. Then we'll break down the charts a bit more, go over what I'm looking to do, all that good stuff here. So the headline numbers for Micron looks like adjusted EPS came in at 42 cents, which beat the loss of 25 cents expected, and sales $5.82 billion versus $5.34 billion expected. So they crushed EPS, they crushed on revenue, and let me see here. It looks like we're getting a lot of bullish analysts here. So listen to this guy, guys. It looks like Needham maintains buy on Micron, raises price target to 120. Rosenblatt maintains buy on Micron, raises price target to 225. Holy crap, that's got to be the highest price target I've seen on this stock. I'm not sure if you've seen higher. Let me know in the comments, guys. But it looks like here Morgan Stanley boosts their target to $98 from $78. They maintain an underweight rating. Looks like Wedbush raises Micron's PT to 130 from 103, which is actually good. Really good. Maintains, or they keep outperform rating. So yeah, man, 225. Massive bullish price target there from, who was that from again? Rosenblatt. So we'll keep an eye on that. What do you guys think? Is it going to $98, $225, $130? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, those are the headline numbers here. And again, they just crushed it, EPS, revenue, and their guidance is pretty good as well. Let me actually pull this up right here, and we'll dive into their actual earnings release. And of course, this is public info. You guys can see this with any publicly traded company. Just type in the company name followed by investor relations, and it should be the first thing that pops up on Google. And you can just dive deep into the company. You can read the 10Ks, the 10Qs, the annual reports. You can read the quarterly releases, press releases. All that good stuff is on the investor relations page. So we can see here Micron, if I zoom in a bit, actually, that would help a bit. We can see revenue came in at $5.82 billion versus the $4.73 billion for the prior quarter and $3.69 billion for the same period last year. So quarter over quarter, guys, they're growing revenues by over $1 billion, and year over year over $2 billion. So yeah, revenue's growing massively here for Micron. GAAP net income of $793 million or 71 cents per diluted share. Non-GAAP net income of $476 million or 42 cents per diluted share. We mentioned that earlier in this video. Operating cash flow of 1.22 billion versus 1.4 billion for the prior quarter. So operating cash flow is down quarter over quarter, but it is up massively from the $343 million figure from the same period last year. And you guys can see here, Micron, quote, Micron delivered fiscal Q2 results with revenue, gross margin, and EPS well above the high end of our guidance range. Hence the stock's, big move. A testament to our team's excellent execution on pricing, products, and operations, said Sanjay Mehrotra, I think. I butchered that, but he's the president and CEO of Micron Technology. Our preeminent product portfolio positions us well to deliver a strong fiscal second half of 2024. We believe Micron is one of the biggest beneficiaries in the semiconductor industry of the multi-year opportunity enabled by none other than AI, artificial intelligence, which of course has been the main driver of this entire bull market that we've been in now. At least in the past 6 to 12 months, right? Which has obviously been the case. You guys know that with NVIDIA, all these other AI stocks that are moving, right? And here we can see the quarterly financials quickly. Let me come down a little bit right above my head, guys. We can see here again, $5.8 billion of revenue is what they just did. That's up big time from last year's $3.6 billion. We can see the non-GAAP numbers on the right, GAAP numbers on the left. Let's see. Looks like operating expenses, $888 million for Q2. Q1, we saw $1.09 billion, so that actually is good. Operating expenses have come down quarter over quarter and year over year. Operating income has come up $191 million. You guys see this figure right here, $191 million, right, versus the loss of $1.1 billion last quarter and $2.3 billion last in the last year, same quarter. So Micron's really, man, I know the business is cyclical. You guys obviously know that at this point, but they are looking really good compared to just last quarter and last year, right? The quarter, same quarter from last year. And when it comes to guidance, guys, check this out, which is another good or a big reason why the stock's moving. We can see right here the revenue guidance is for $6.6 billion for the next quarter, plus or minus $200 million. You guys can see that right here, which is great. We have the GAAP outlook on the left, non-GAAP on the right. Let me see here. Gross margin, 25.5%, plus or minus 1.5%, which is nice. That's on the GAAP outlook. Non-GAAP, 26.5%, plus or minus 1.5%. And here we have the gross margin, I believe, operating expenses, $1.1 billion, plus or minus $15 million on the GAAP outlook. Non-GAAP, $990 million, plus or minus $15 million, right? So that's a quick outlook there, guys. And diluted earnings per share for the next quarter, 17 cents plus or minus 7 cents, right? So we can see pretty decent range there. Non-GAAP, 45 cents plus or minus 7 cents. So revenue guidance is very strong. I mean, look, man, if they do $6.6 billion year over year, essentially, they're going to be doubling up on revenue, which is phenomenal, right? So we can dive deeper into all these reports. Obviously, we have, statement of cash flows, the balance sheet, right? We have all the, different statement of operations and so forth. We're not going to do that in this video, right? That's going to take too long. There's no need to do that now, right? But you guys have an idea here of what's going on. Obviously, the overall story, like I said, has been AI this entire bull market, and Micron is part of that story, right? And their sales are just completely exploding, and the stock is being, of course, rewarded for that. We can see now it's up 16.5%. We're starting to make a move back over 112, which is great for the bulls. And again, like I said earlier in the video, let's see if we can take out 114, 115, right? If that level breaks, man, this thing could really start taking off. And let me show you this. On the 3-year chart, we're now at a fresh high, right? And get this, on the max chart, we're now at an all-time high. Unfreaking believable, guys. Micron now has officially taken out the highs from, are you ready for this? 2000. Yes, you heard that right. 2000. 2000. We're talking what? 24, 25 years ago. Some of you guys watching this video were not even born when this stock was last at $95. And here we are. We're breaking $95. And mind you, we were there a couple of years ago as well. We got up to 95, 96 back in 2021 and early 2022. But clearly, we double topped, failed to break the highs from 2000. But now, finally, the earnings we just got, that was enough to get the stock moving, which is crazy to think about, man. We'll leave it at this. Think about that. If you bought Micron during the dot-com bubble in 99, 2000, you just broke even. Can you imagine? I would love to know if there are any shareholders out there that actually bought in the 90s, back in the late 90s, right, early 2000s, and are still holding. Are there any shareholders that are still holding the stock from that point? I would love to know. But this shows you how sometimes if you buy a stock that is way too irrationally priced during a bubble, right? Maybe it's just ridiculously overvalued, right? Which in that case, Micron was. If you buy a stock, it might take not only 5 years, not 10 years, not 15, but it might take 2 decades plus for you to get back to break even. So you have to be very careful when you're messing with individual stocks, guys. Especially if they're up big time, right? If they're up hundreds of percent like it was back during this time. I mean, look, back in 99, the stock was $18. It got up by July 2000. It was at 97. We're talking hundreds of percent. If it's gone up that much, be careful. That's all I'm saying, right? And Micron, it could have a lot more upside at this point, right? We saw the 130 price target, the 150 price target, or was it 135? Either way, man, the 225, 50 price target, whatever it was, this could have more juice here, but realize at some point we're going to get a nasty pullback, and who knows how long it's going to take after that for it to recover, right? But this is a case study here of a stock that took 25 years to get back to the recent highs. There's other ones too, like Intel, right? We've covered that on the channel. This hasn't even gotten back to the highs yet from the dot-com bubble. This hit $75, got down to 11, ran up to 70. And look, this was a great investment if you bought after it got destroyed, right? But it's all about timing. Investing all comes down to just buying at the right time, right? It could be the same company, same stock, but I bought it at $10, whereas you bought it at $50, right? Completely different returns, but it's the same company, obviously, right? So buying at a good price matters, obviously. And again, these are case studies here. I think Cisco as well, right? CSCO, let me pull that up. Yeah, Cisco hasn't even gotten back to the highs yet. So we'll leave it at that, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo. Just use that link down below. Check out the QR code right here. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks, and fund it with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks, and each of those could be valued up to $2,000. So get on it, guys. Use that Moomoo link down below, or again, check out the QR code right here, or go to stockerfest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next one.